No, everybody can't go. Bring me down, 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 down. Oh, bring me down. While you're hanging on to every word people be saying, what your name is, you know who you are.
WECU 1570 AM and W298BX 107.5 FM, Winterville, North Carolina.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another amazing edition of Ring Out Your Sponge, the radio edition. I'm your host, Regina Smithwick. Tune in every week as we talk about empowerment, growth, and self-discovery. Let's uplift, motivate, empower each other. Look, you ready? You ready for this one? All right, let's dig it in. Let's dig in like we always do. So, the topic for today is you have 86,400 seconds in a day. What are you doing with yours? Let me say it one more time. You have 86,400 seconds a day. What are you doing with yours? That's a lot of seconds in a day, right? So we need to be productive. We're going to talk about some things about that. So, for example, imagine that every day you woke up with $86,400 in your deposit in your account every day. How would you spend it, right? That's how valuable time is. Time is not just time. Time is money. Money is time. Like you always hear people say that, right? But it is very valuable. We got to treat it as such. So, how are you using your time? It's important being productive versus just being busy. Now, this is a lesson that I had to learn because when you think you're just busy, it doesn't mean you're doing anything. You know, being busy, you could be on a hamster wheel and be busy. You know what I'm saying? You going around in circles, you out of breath, but you ain't getting nowhere. So that's important to remember. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're productive, right? So I'm gonna give you a quote. Don't confuse activity with productivity. Many people are simply busy being busy. It's from Robin Samar, right? So I'm gonna give you some examples of being productive. Achieving meaningful goals, self-improvement, and creating value, right? So I'll give you an example of that. Completing projects, learning a new skill, or exercising. Busy, filling time with tasks that do not contribute to growth or goals. That's easy to do. A lot of us do that every day. So, some examples: constantly checking emails without taking action, or attending meetings with no purpose. Recognize the difference between and focus on what truly matters. And I'm going to tell you that as an entrepreneur, you could get caught up very quickly in meeting and doing all this stuff and running around. And at the end of the day, you go, what did I do today? I did stuff, but I don't see any productivity out of that, right? So you have to really be a steward over your time. Because if you don't, you will have weeks in doing absolutely nothing, but you're doing so much. So we got to learn to work on that. And I know that's one of my faults. I had to learn to work on that. And I'm still learning how to work on that because you want to make sure that your time is valuable. It is, right? So let's evaluate your daily activities. Write down what you do every day. Keep a log for 1 week. Try it for 1 week. Keep a log of everything that you do. Track everything you do for 1 week, and you look back and see what you've really been doing for that week. You'll probably be shocked on the things that you thought that you were doing that was productive that it end up not being. So identify those tasks that are productive and those that are just keeping you busy, and learn how to take that and work that out, right? So let's say productivity tasks versus scrolling through social media. Eliminate or reduce time spending on non-productive tasks. Now, we're going to talk about that social media thing. And I know with me, because I'm in business and I have 3 entities, I have 3 businesses. So social media is very important because I got to get stuff out. But you know, it's hard because if you just scrolling on there for no purpose, I'm up there for business purposes, and yes, I do it for social too. But you got to watch it, because if you look at your phone and actually go back and say how many hours you spent on that phone on social media, and it breaks it down to you, you'll be amazed that you've been scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours. 3 hours. And you go, what can I do with that 3 hours? There's so many things you could have done with that 3 hours. So we got to work on that. Eliminate, okay, the tip, I'm sorry. Use apps or tools that I just described for you to limit your screen time if you need that help. Now, this is my favorite topic right here. Netflixing, I call it. The Netflix effect. It's okay to relax and unwind. Watching your favorite show or movie to de-stress and to relax is fine. However, binge watching or excessive screen time can waste valuable time. Let me tell you a statistic here. The average person spends over 2 hours a day on social media. 2 hours a day on social media. So if you go to work for 8 hours, right, between getting dressed and traveling, by the time you get home, you only probably have 2 or 3 hours to yourself, and you spend it on social media, and your day is already gone. So balance the relaxation piece with your personal development. You could do both. You could do both. So schedule a downtime after completing your important tasks. So you do something great, important, schedule it. Just like you schedule everything. Sometimes you have to put like your time in the schedule, because it'll get away from you quick if you don't, because you'll sit there and scroll, scroll, scroll and think that you're doing something, and you're like, oh my gosh, I wasted all this time. So invest in yourself. So let's do something with the time. Instead of you scrolling all day, invest in yourself. Spend time on activities that will help you grow. Let me give you examples. Reading books or audibles. I love that. I love it. I get books done in a week doing that. Learning a new skill, improve professional or personal skills, and exercising. I love that because it boosts your physical and mental health. And that's a great way to use your time wisely. Meditating, enhancing focus and emotional well-being like Zen, right? Set personal goals and work towards them every single day. Every day. Time management tips, I'm going to give you some of those. Plan your day. Make a to-do list. I have one. Every morning, I sit down, I meditate, talk to God, I go over my schedule, I figure out what I need to do first, I put it in order, and I go rock it, right? Because then I don't have to try to figure out stuff. It's already done. Now, it's going to take you some pre-work, because you got to go and get it set up. But after you get it set up, I promise you, the front end is going to pay off the back end. If you just take the time to just sit out and figure your life out, it would be just like it's just going to continue for you, right? You don't have to go to autopilot. You don't have to worry about it no more. Set time limits. Allocate specific times for your activities and stick to them. Now, I'm going to tell you something that someone told me, and it didn't resonate with me until maybe 2 years ago. Sometimes seeds get planted, right? And then it takes time for them to grow for some of us. So the seed was planted a couple of years ago, but now it makes sense. She told me, we are valuable. Our time is valuable. We deserve to allocate or designate or to delegate certain things out to other people and let them do it, because we need our time. Prime example, a personal assistant or someone that you pay to come clean your home. I did that, and I'm telling you, you could do it maybe once a month, but just getting your time back is very valuable and is well worth it. A lot of times we think that we can't afford it. Oh, I can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I guarantee you sit down and look at your budget. It's probably money you're spending on craziness that you could take back. Your time is way more valuable. I recommend to do it. Look at your schedule and say, hey, I don't have time to. You could get someone to do something for $10 an hour. Pick up your laundry or go to the grocery store. Now, these days, you could order your groceries and get them delivered to you. Take advantage of that stuff. Take advantage of it. Now, taking breaks. You got to take breaks. Short scheduled breaks can increase your overall productivity, right? We're going to look at doing that. You want to be able to look at your breaks and take them because you deserve it. But you just got to make sure you know your time frame for your breaks, right? Use breaks to do stretching or hydrate or take a quick walk just to clear your mind. Now, this is something that I had to work with myself, so I'm talking to me too. Avoid multitasking. I know that we've been taught that that's supposed to be a great skill for us to be able to do this and do this and do that all at the same time. But if you're doing this and doing that and doing this at the same time, you're getting everything. If you do four things at one time, you're getting everything 25%. There's no way you could do anything four things at the same time and tell me that it's very productive. I thought I was doing something by, I could do this and do this. It is just focus on one thing at a time. You get better results that way because you'll focus on one thing and get it done, and it's done. And you don't have to worry about going back and try to figure out, did you do it right? Did you make a mistake because you were doing all this other stuff at the same time? So studies show that multitasking reduces productivity and your performance. So we got to watch that as well. That's key on. I'm telling you, spot on. Trust me on this one. One thing at a time, you can check it off the list and keep it pushing. You don't have to keep going back and try to figure out what you did or what part you had to stop at. Don't do it. Just do one thing at a time. Letting go of your time wasters. Identify habits that you're wasting time on. So excessive TV watching, endless scrolling on that social media, right? You know, I have days that I go, I schedule these days. I have days that I go, you know what, today I'm doing nothing. I'm shutting down. My brain is not going to work. I'm going to sit on that couch. I'm going to eat popcorn. I'm going to watch whatever movies I want to catch up on, and I'm going to take a day for myself. That is fine. But we doing this Netflixing every day after work. That's not good because you need to spend more time on investing in you to be a better you, personally or professionally, either or. If you want to advance in your job, or you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to just do a hobby or something you want to work on, you want to work out, you want to eat better, you want to prep your food, you take time to do that, whatever it is, it's in you. You're investing in yourself. Some people on Netflix got their money. The ones that the actors, actresses, and the directors and the producers, they've been paid, right? So they don't need you. It's good for you to do it once in a while, but you don't have to support them every day. You need to support you every day, right? Take that time you support everybody else and put it into you. So replace these with productive habits. So replace the TV time with reading or listening to your books or learning new habits. You can't go wrong with doing it, investing in yourself. You can't go wrong with that. Find a balance. It's important to relax, but not at the expense of your personal growth. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. It's important to relax, but not at the expense of your personal growth. All right, let that sink in. So some tips. Schedule these relaxations and reward yourself for completing important tasks. Now, a lot of times we got this mentality and we got this mindset mentality, we can't afford nothing. As soon as somebody says, we can't afford it. If you sit down long enough to figure it out, I guarantee you can. Take a spa day. Take one. Go to a hotel and do a staycation. If you live here in the area I live in, go to a major city. Just do an overnight stay, just you, and just relax. You deserve it. Don't let no one or anyone tell you you do not. You deserve it. If you work hard, you deserve to treat yourself. Treat yourself to a spa day or even a massage. Do something you have never done before because you're going to value that. And when you do, you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to keep that up. I've flown first class the first time this year. I'm 54. I just did it first time because my life coach told me, fly it. Because when you do it, you're going to find out a way to stay up in there. And she didn't lie. If you do things to get yourself out of your comfort zone and do things that you feel that you don't deserve, but when you do them, you're going to realize you do, you're going to find a way to stay there. You're going to want to keep that massage up every month. And that's going to make you want to work on yourself and invest in yourself because that means you'll get more income and you'll be able to have more resources. It all works. Order, divine order. It all works in, I'm telling you, after I did that first class thing, I was like, I have to stay here. I cannot go back to coach. I can't. So it's a good thing to look into. All right, so let me close it up for you. So in conclusion, you have 86,400 seconds every day. How you use them defines your life. Aim to be more productive, not just busy. Invest in time in yourself to grow, learn, and achieve your goals. Balancing out relaxation with self improvement to make the most of your everyday. And my final thought is your time is your most valuable resource. Use it wisely to create and fulfilling your purpose to your driven life. All right, everyone. I'm going to say my goodbyes now. I love you all. I'm hoping that this stuff is sinking in, wringing out your sponge. Please take what you want and leave the rest, but I'm hoping that you'll go ahead and value yourself. So until next week, same time, same bad channel. This is your host, Regina Smithwick. Wring Out Your Sponge Radio. Awesome.